I knew the joke was on me the moment I saw her sitting there, nervous, hopeful, clutching the strap of her floral purse like it was the only thing keeping her steady. My friends had called it a blind date. I should have known better. Their smirks, their nudges, their sudden generosity, it all added up too late. Still, I walked toward her. Still, I played along. Still, I sat down. Because even then, before any of them realized it, I had already decided, I won't be the punchline tonight. She smiled like she had rehearsed it in the mirror, soft, careful, grateful that someone had shown up. And when I stood up halfway through dinner, pretending to take a call, pretending to be irritated, pretending to leave, my friends watched from the corner table, ready to laugh. I let them. I let everyone think I was cruel. I slipped out of sight, not out of the building. I watched from the dim hallway as her eyes darted around, confusion first, then the sinking understanding that she had been set up, not just by them, but, she thought, by me. She wiped her eyes quickly. The kind of fast wipe someone does when they don't want their makeup to smudge, when they don't want anyone to notice they're breaking. She gathered her courage and stood to leave. That was the moment everything changed. When I stepped back into the light, blocking her path, she froze, embarrassed, unsure. "I'm not leaving you," I said quietly, "but I needed to see something first." She didn't understand it then. She would later. Because this story, this confession, isn't about her. It's about them. Backstory. Those three idiots, my so-called friends, were the kind who mistook insecurity for humor, the kind who used cruelty as entertainment, the kind who believed loyalty was an accessory, not a principle. For years I laughed off their jabs. For years I excused their pettiness. For years I pretended we were equals. But the truth? They always needed someone to stand beneath them, to feel tall. I was convenient. Until they tried to humiliate her. A woman they had never met. A woman who walked in with more sincerity than any of them had managed in a lifetime. They crossed a line. Not because they targeted me, but because they targeted someone who didn't deserve the blow. And that's when the betrayal stopped stinging. It started shaping a plan. The date idea wasn't spontaneous. I overheard them laughing earlier that week. Something about watching his face when he sees her size, about recording his reaction, about finally putting him in his place. Not once did they talk about her as a person, only as a prop. I stayed calm. I asked questions casually. I let them believe I was oblivious. Because the best revenge is the one no one sees until it's already over. I didn't yell. I didn't confront. I didn't warn. I simply began removing them from my life. Quietly, efficiently. First, I cut off the pipeline they depended on. My connections. All those little favors I'd done over the years. Networking, recommendations, introductions. They evaporated overnight. People chose me, not them. Next, I exposed their messages. Not publicly. No, I'm not a child. I sent screenshots to the right places. Their manager, their partners, their colleagues. No commentary. No theaters, just proof of who they really were behind the scenes. Then I walked away, deleted them, blocked them, erased them. But it wasn't enough, not yet. They still needed to understand why. I invited them to the cafe across from the restaurant a week later. Same place, same time, same seats. They came, confused, tense, deflecting with jokes. "What's with the drama?" one asked. I just nodded toward the restaurant window. She was there, laughing with a friend, confident, radiant, nothing like the trembling woman from that night. She deserved better, I said, and so did I. They shifted uncomfortably. "Bro, it was a joke." "No," I cut in. "A joke has a punchline. What you did had it target." I slid each of them a folded paper. Their own messages, the ones already delivered to the people who mattered most in their lives. "You didn't just lose me," I said. You lost everyone who ever believed your masks. Watching their faces crack, denial, realization, fear, wasn't satisfying in the loud, fiery way revenge is portrayed in movies. It was quiet, clean, necessary. One whispered, "You ruined us." I met his eyes. "No," I said, "you ruined yourselves. I just stopped covering for you." When I walked out, she happened to see me through the glass. She waved, a small, genuine gesture that held no trace of the pain they tried to inflict on her. I waved back. In that moment, the world felt aligned, balanced, corrected. They learned a lesson. She found her strength, and I found mine. Not all revenge is loud. Some of it is a simple truth. I won't be the punchline in someone else's story, but I will end theirs when they try to be the villain in mine.